Alright, welcome back into the workshop. Today we have been given a pressure washer, and I'm not really certain what's wrong with it. I did have a customer come in the store the other day, and they dropped by and they said, hey, I've got a carburetor, and they had it in their hand, and they just started saying, I don't know, the best I can remember, it was flooding. It was running gas out of it, I believe. And wanted to know if I could fix it, and I really don't work that way. I said, you know, you can take it apart, do all kinds of things with it, clean it, that type of thing. And he says, well, can I bring it to you and just let you have it? And I said, well, if you put it all back together, because I don't take parts cases. Those things are miserable. Put it back together the way it belongs. Then I have something to work with. So what we've got is we're going to go ahead and work on this thing and see if we can figure out exactly what he was talking about. It does look like he's put it all back together. I'm kind of hoping that it's done correctly. It's a little Craftsman, kind of a popular little pressure washer, so nothing real spectacular. I don't know if it even runs. Like I say, at best I can remember, our conversation was that it would pour gas out the bottom of it. So I guess we'll put a little gas in there. It does have a fuel shutoff on this one, I believe, so it should be, you know, shut off and stop it flowing. We'll look at it, see what it does, and let's see where it takes us. We'll fill her up with gas, see if she starts leaking out. Okay, we left the gas on just for a little bit, and it definitely is leaking. I pulled it over, the thing fired off real quick. I don't quite understand the other part of this. As soon as I did, this whole switch just popped right out of there. You see it busted it. I don't understand, because that's I mean, you pull this thing over a little bit and you see there's the flywheel's right there. So how in the world that was supposed to be set in there? He had that, I don't know what exactly he did, the customer did, but did he set me up for failure or what? I don't know, but it definitely isn't right. I don't know just what happened there. Anyways, I fired up. It definitely is leaking, so we're going to go ahead and we'll just pull the bottom of that float off of there, make sure that the float's cleared up, and let's see what we have on it. Okay, what we're going to do is just go ahead and pop this carburetor, the bottom of this off. We've shut the gas back off. This is a little 10mm wrench. We just... Well, that's plenty tight. Let's take this thing down off of here and let's see what we got inside of here. Like I say, sometimes these customers don't always let me know everything that's going on. That's definitely plenty full. And the float. It's moving something in there, but I don't know if it's moving the whole pin or not. For some reason, she don't act like she probably is. I don't know how well this camera's going to pick up on this. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drop that pin out of there, and that's just a matter of removing this little pin here. I'll set that down, and that whole thing should slide right out of there. And ooh, that's got all kinds of junk on there. That's probably what half the problem was. That thing's got all kinds of trash on it. It's not going to seat off if it's got that kind of trash. Other than that, I think we'll probably be all right. We'll clean this up. I think what I'll do is go ahead and just open our valve up here and let a little fuel flow out of it. And then that'll rinse that out. We're going to go ahead and take this over to the bench and just give it a quick squirt of a little bit of carb cleaner on it. And I think we'll stick her back up in there. Let's see if that helps. Alright, we get that cleaned up. We'll take this, put it back up in here, line up the hole, set her up in. Take our little pin, slide it back through it. There we go. Now we're going to test the theory. We'll go ahead and turn our gas back on. And it still looks like it's dripping. It slows it down, but it should be nothing in there. So let's take us Well, I say nothing. Acts like it's slowed down pretty good bit. Let's see if it's going to stop or not. It should stop completely. That's it. And then shut her back off. Might have to get this little Q-tip up in there and try to clean it out a little bit better, because that's all it is trash up underneath that. I'm going to shut that back off. Get me a little Q-tip, get up in there. See if I can clean that out just a little bit better. Alrighty, let me see if I've got one. Okay, my Q-tip's just a little too big to get up into there, so we're going to have to just take it. Let's just see if we can clean it out by hitting a little bit of carb cleaner up into it and see if that'll clean it out enough. If I can get her up into that hole. There we go. That should be all it needs. Let's go ahead and put her back together, try it again. I don't really want to have to take it all the way out of there, and I can't really see the seat too much, so I'm hoping it's not damaged, but I think it's just trash on there. The pin looks good. So let's do that. We'll turn the gas back on. She's not leaking there. Let's let a little fuel out. Shut her back off. That looks like what it's supposed to do there. I think that's all that needed. It's just a good cleaning of the thing. So we'll shut that gas back off, put the bowl back on it. We'll fire this thing up, see if she runs, and we'll send her on back to the customer. Now, this bowl does not need to have the amount of torque that it had before. You just need enough to seal it up and make sure she don't leak. But yeah, that don't need that much torque that he had on there. It should be fine with just a little bit on it. Snug her down. There we go, that's plenty. Let's turn her back on. We'll let her set for a little bit, and we'll come back and check her, see what she is. Okay, we've had this all valved in with gas, and we're going to go ahead and try to fire this thing back up again. As always, make sure if you're running your pressure washer, you can start it up and shut it right back off, just see if the engine runs. But always make sure you got water in there. You'll burn that pump up in very short notice if you don't have that water in there. That's kind of keeps it lubricated and cooled off because it does generate a lot of heat. And you should always have the trigger pulled on it as much as possible. If you trap that water in there, it just kind of recirculates and just keeps heating up until it blows your pump. So that's about it. Let's see if she'll fire up and run and see if the gas still stays where it needs. Alright, that looks good to me. She's running. Let me kill that water off of it. We're going to watch that carburetor just a couple more minutes after it's run. Make sure that it still seals off. I think it will. It worked well sitting there. So as long as there's no more trash in the tank, we should be good on them. I don't see anything down in there, so I think we'll let it go. So anyway, quick, easy repair. We'll call that good. We'll send it on back to the customer. That's all it takes to clean that out if you have that problem. Hopefully that will help you out. We'll catch you on the next project. And thanks again for watching.